What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Jurisco coming at you guys with another video, boys. And today, fellas, I'll be going over the 5 things that will not be in Madden 22 The Yard. These are 5 things that you will not see when you launch, when you boot up the game day one. You will not see these 5 things in the yard. So let's go and hop into it. Now, if you guys have not already, make sure you drop a like, comment, and subscribe, fellas. Doing those 3 things will go a long way, and I would highly appreciate it, fellas. And also, make sure you turn on that bell notification so you guys don't miss anything Madden 22. Alright, fellas, so now I'm about to go hop into the video. So, like I said, in this video, I'm going to be talking about 5 things that you will not see in Madden 22 The Yard when you launch the game day one. These are things that you're not going to see, and you're going to be wondering, where are they? Are they going to be coming? Stuff like that. So with these 5 things, that also means that it doesn't mean that it's not going to be there like throughout the entire year. They've already said, EA has already said they have plans to like add stuff throughout the game, update the game with stuff as the year goes on. They did it last year with leaderboards. They did it with Play a Friend. They added those things after the game released, and they kept updating the game, stuff like that. So they're going to do the same thing this year. And like I said in this video, I'm going to be talking about 5 things that you're not going to see it day one. You're not going to see it. And really just like the moral of like all of this stuff is basically how it works is EA, they have a budget, bro. They have a budget. They need resources for certain stuff. So if they can't get it in by the release of the game, they're gonna push it back to where they have to update it or have to push it back to next year. So that was basically the premise of how all this stuff worked, is basically the budget and the resources that the EA developers are given. So if you don't see some day one, bro, it's okay, bro. Just relax. Don't be trying to say the game is trash. Like, bro, relax, bro. All the stuff that they needed to add, they added, and we're gonna go over it in a second. But everything that they needed, everything that I was really wanting the most, they added. So I was okay with that. So everything else is really just the add-on, really. All right, folks. So now I'm about to go hop into these 5 things. So before we right before we do this, I want to just go over everything we've covered throughout, all these videos and everything they have added. So right here, if you look on your screen, I'm looking at my wish list. This is my Madden 22 final wish list. If you guys have been around for a while, you guys know about this wish list. This was basically 13 things that they needed to add, or just things that I really just wanted to see. And if they had at least did half of the things on here, I was going to be happy. And they actually did more than half. So I'm just gonna go down the list for the most part of what they did do. So they did add a competitive mode. That's one thing that they did add going into Madden 22. They have a ranked mode coming. Added abilities and new prototypes throughout the year. So they do have new abilities coming into the game, and they have the new class system and the new classes come into the game. So that's another thing that they did add going into Madden 22, a better rep and venue rewards. They do have that going into Madden 22. They have better venue rewards, and just the rep system is better overall from what I see in the beta. So that's another thing that they did add. Different ways to level up and earn cred. They have a bunch of ways to level up and earn cred. We already went over that. So that's another thing that they did that they did add. Unique animations and celebrations. They did add the celebrations, but the animation is going to be going over that in a little bit. But yes, the celebrations, they did add that, so you can customize that. So that is a plus for that. And another thing that I did see in the beta that they did add was more MUT rewards. The MUT rewards look like they were better this year, so that is a plus for that going into Madden 22. Another thing is more limited time events and gear, which they are adding to Madden 22. They have live events coming into Madden 22, which is going to be more limited time stuff, so you can get more limited time gear that be more exclusive. So that is a plus there. Stat tracking, they did add stat tracking to the ranked mode, so you can see your pass touchdowns, wins, losses, and all that. More venues, they added more venues, and they're going to be adding more throughout the year, so that's another plus. And then overall based rating system, they added that too. So that is 9 out of the 13, fellas. 9 out of 13 things they did add for Madden 22 The Yard. So right there, that's already a W. That is already a W. And like, honestly, I didn't expect EA to do that. I did not expect them to do that, because like I said, they have a limited amount of resources, limited time, a limited amount of budget. So they can't do everything that I want. They just cannot do that. But the fact that they got 9 out of 13, especially like the big ones, like the ranked mode, like the overall base system, that's a huge W. And I love I'm gonna love this going into Madden 22. I'm gonna love it. All right, fellas. So now let's go hop into this list, fellas. Like I said, this is gonna be 5 things you will not see in Madden 22 the Yard day 1 when it does release. So the first thing, I already know what y'all are gonna say. The first thing is the franchise gear coming to the Yard. This has been a top request from the community, and this is something that we definitely want to see in the future. I definitely want to see it in the future. Now this isn't a need. I don't need this to happen, but I would 100% like it. And I know everybody else would like it too, because it makes it more authentic, and it just adds more customization just for our players, which customization is a huge thing in the Yard. So with this franchise gear, I have a lot of information about this, and basically the information is that the equipment guy who does franchise, he does like the franchise equipment, he does like just the core Madden equipment, basically the core Madden, like, you know, MUT stuff like that. He does all the equipment for those players. And basically he said that when the Yard people, because he doesn't deal with Yard at all, he said when the Yard devs basically made the Yard, they had to make new player builds. Like, these are like new player bodies that are not the same as franchise. These player bodies are totally different, and that's why you see that they're able to get the Yard guys were able to get, you know, colored visors, rolled up jerseys, you know, our arm sleeves are even different. Like they what's different about these player models, these player bodies are just, they're totally different, they're not the same. So that's why, you know, you probably won't ever see, you know, colored visors and all that stuff. You probably will never see that in franchise. You probably won't, just because it's the NFL rules and stuff. And with how they have the NFL rules and just how all that is set up, they have to have different player models for the different type of modes. They have different type of player models, and for Yard, their player models is just totally different. So they're able to do certain stuff, and then franchise, they're able to do certain stuff. So that's basically the problem. They said that that's the problem, that there's 2 different player models that they need to unify. They say they're working to unify them, so in the future they both can all get the same amount of gear. They all both, you know, share the same gear types basically. And that's what they said was the problem. So I kind of see that, only because I can see how that can be a problem. I can see how that is a problem, and I see why they have to differentiate them. They have to make them different, because the franchise guys, they're not supposed to be able to get colored visors. You can't do that in the NFL, so they're not going to allow that in Madden. And so that's why they did have to make them different. So they did say that the equipment guy, he did say as they're going through the year, as you know, in the future, they are working to unify them. They didn't say a time limit, they didn't say when it was going to happen, but they are working to unify it. And the Yard has more leverage in this position. The Yard has more leverage only because we're allowed to do anything. We're allowed to, you know, get anything on our player. Now the franchise guys, the guys who want colored visors and stuff, that's going to be hard because NFL doesn't allow EA to do that. But for arcade modes such as Yard, we're able to get anything. We're able to get anything in franchise, and plus what we already have, because, you know, they're able to be more lenient with that type of stuff, because it's a different mode. So yeah, with franchise stuff, like I said, it's not gonna be there day 1, but we do have a good, bright future for it, and I really hope to see it. All right, folks. Now the number 2 thing we do have is unique animations. Like I said earlier in the video, we do get unique celebrations to where we can customize it and have it to our own, and you know, just choose whatever celebrations we want. Basically, you could customize them now, but we do not have unique animations like jukes and stuff like that. I didn't see that in the beta, and I'm pretty sure it won't be there day 1, but I can definitely 100% see it coming in the update during the year. But like I said, you're not gonna see this day 1. So yeah, I definitely want to see. I want to see different jukes, you know, different spins, different throwing motions, like, you know, different, more fun throwing motions that you can customize yourself. You know, different, maybe different running styles, like, you know how Alvin Kamara and, you know, Derrick Henry have different running styles. Maybe we get that in the Yard too. Just more stuff like that with gameplay. Your gameplay avatar, the way that your avatar acts on the field with animations, that we need to have more customization with that. I feel like 2K, since they have that, that's really good for them, and I would definitely love to see that in the Yard. So, you know, you could just choose what you like the most. You like this spin more than this spin, or they let you change that. So I would definitely like to see this in the future. All right, fellas. Now number 3 thing we do have is custom settings for player friend, fellas. So number 3 is custom settings, and I definitely want to see this in the future, just because for like wagers and, like, you know, just private games and stuff like that. Just let us, you know, let us choose, you know, oh, we want to have 10 drives each, we want to have 15 drives each. Oh, let us choose, you know, how many players are on the field. Let us choose this and that. Let us choose, like, oh, how much how much an interception goes for, how much does a touchdown count for. Let us change stuff like that in the future. I feel like that would be a huge W for, you know, just private games or just wagers, and you know, just stuff like that in the future. I think that would be a huge W. This is something really small, but I think it would have an impact, you know, as the year goes on, and just yard in the future. I feel like it would make it more fun for playing with, you know, a big group of friends, or a big group of, you know, for a tournament or something like that. I feel like it would make a huge difference for it. All right, fellas, now the number 4 thing we do have on the list, number 4 thing is going to be the Madden Mobile, like yard, basically. So basically I was listening to a Madden Mobile stream, and basically they're gonna have Madden Mobile. They have it every single year. Madden Mobile will be dropping August 20th. It's gonna drop August 20th this year. Usually it will drop before the game even comes out. It usually drops like 2 weeks before the console Madden comes out. It usually drops like that, but now for some reason it's dropping after Madden comes out. And they basically said the day 1 of Madden Mobile, there's not gonna be any yard in it, so you're not gonna be able to get gear from playing Madden Mobile this year. You're not gonna see that. You're not gonna see the yard in Madden Mobile. You're not gonna see any of that day 1 once it comes out. But they did say, they confirmed it. They said it will be coming during the year. They said they are gonna add it during the year. They're gonna have all that stuff. It's probably gonna get updated into the Madden Mobile. And once that does get updated, I'll make sure to let you guys know. And basically, you're gonna be able to get gear like you were able last year. You were able to get exclusive gear. It's gonna be like that this year. You're gonna be able to get certain stuff exclusive to Madden Mobile, and it's gonna transfer right over to your console account, and you're gonna be able to use it on your console too. So yeah, but day 1 of Madden Mobile, you're not gonna be able to see that. You're not gonna see, you know, oh, the yard and stuff like that in there. You're just not gonna see it. And now, fellas, the last thing I do want to talk about is just, you know, the 6v6 humans thing. I know a lot of people are still gonna be wondering, is there gonna be 6v6 humans coming? I know a lot are gonna wonder it, and me personally, I don't think it's ever gonna get to that point. Personally, for me, I think it might get to 4v4 humans. I think that's probably that's gonna be their next step. They're not gonna go from 3v3 humans to 6v6 humans. Their server's gonna absolutely crash every single game you play. It's gonna be absolutely terrible. It's gonna be too messy. It's gonna be all over the place. It's gonna be absolutely hectic. So they're not gonna go from they're not gonna make that big of a jump. But maybe a 3v3 to a 4v4. I can 100% see that, and I think that would be the best course of action for them going forward. And I think that would be just be the best way to go. But I know a lot of you guys are gonna be wondering, you know, day 1, is it gonna come, stuff like that. And personally, like I said, I think 4v4 will come either this year or in the future. Just because the way that the feedback has been going, I think if enough people say, you know, we want to see just more users, they're gonna add a +1 user on the field, and it's gonna make the game better, I feel like, because not gonna be as many CPUs, but at the same time, it's not a lot of users on the field still. It's not gonna be a lot. It's still gonna be a good limit. So I think that's the best course. I feel like that's the best way they should do it, basically. But alright, guys, that's it for the video. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe for more, and until next time, peace.